Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Nidhi and you're watching my series on how to become a cabin crew. All of you know that I've been doing videos in English and Hindi both. So today's video is in English and I'm going to be talking about 10 things that you should do just before you interview. What do I mean by this? Basically, when we go to our interview, we have so much on our mind. We're constantly thinking about what should be our answer, whether we're dressed appropriately, and these are the things that actually get you distracted. So I'm going to share with you right before you're about to get into that interview room, maybe your final interview, maybe your group discussions, especially when you're actually waiting in the interview room. What are some of the things that you should do that would help you to prepare yourself mentally, emotionally, and get yourself ready to go out there and perform to your best? Now, these points are not just restricted to cabin crew interview, but the points that I'm sharing with you are actually valid for any sort of interview that you go for. Number one, stay calm. I know all of us get really nervous thinking about what will the interviewers are going to ask and will I be able to respond appropriately. But you have to remember that you are giving an interview for a cabin crew's job. What is the most important thing that people will look for, or the interviewers will look for when they're interviewing someone for a cabin crew's job? It's about being calm. They want to know whether this person can remain calm in situations, which could be emergency situations, which could be related to security, or even when responding to situations where you have to handle passengers. So if you do not remain calm in the interview itself, you will not be able to portray that quality in front of the interviewers, which they're actually looking for. Number two. Now this is related to not panicking, which is why it's very important to arrive early to the interview. Do not leave this for the last moment. You cannot prepare things right at the last moment. You cannot decide what you want to wear right at the last moment. You really have to start preparing way in advance as to what you're going to wear. You have to practice not just the answers, but even your grooming. So do your makeup on a regular basis to see how you're going to look on the day of the interview. So what I'm trying to convey here is basically you have to make sure that you just not arrive on time, but arrive early with all your documentation in place, making sure that you're dressed appropriately, your grooming is up to the mark. So to be able to do all that and to make that first impression, you have to make sure that you're already there, you're prepared, and it goes to show that you're there for the interview. This is important to you. Number three, it's very important not just to smile at the interviewers, and I say this all the time, and I tell you guys that whenever you're answering questions, whenever you're in the interview room, do not forget your smiles. You might be panicking, you might not know the answer, but that's okay. Do not let go of the smile. But when I say this, the smile is not just restricted to the interview room. The smile is for everyone that you're talking to. It just does not have to be the interviewers. You should be seen constantly smiling even when you're talking to your colleagues, even when you're waiting for your turn to come. Because I remember a lot of candidates who come for coaching have shared with me that some of the times that when they're waiting in the waiting area, the interviewers come and talk to them. When they see someone smiling at them, they go ahead and make a small talk, asking them, oh, I've seen you before. Now this is a rapport building thing that you have to do. So smiling is very essential, because remember, in my videos I always talk, when you go for a cabin crew interview, it's not just about what you say in the interview room, but it's your overall performance, because everyone is watching you at all points in time. Number four, instead of running through all the answers again and again, I would recommend you to actually run through your resume. Because at the end of the day, they're actually going to look at your resume and they're going to ask you a question based on what's written on your resume. They're probably going to ask you what's your current work experience. They're going to ask you what have you done in past, or why do you want to leave your job, or based on your educational qualification, they might ask you why you want to become a cabin crew if you've done engineering, or any of those questions. So most of the questions that the interviewers will ask you, apart from the generic ones like why do you want to become a cabin crew, why we should hire you, actually come from your resume. Now you have to be very well versed just with what's written on your resume. Imagine what kind of impression will you make on the interviewers if you've written something else and you're speaking something else. And also what this is going to do for you is it's going to remind you about the skills that you have, about the qualities that you have that will actually help you to form the answers when you are in the interview room. So that is why this step is very, very important. Number 5, and yes, I mean it when I say this, stop rehearsing your answers. I know that for a lot of us, we keep practicing before the interview, and on the day of the interview, we just want to make sure we give the best answer. We just want to make sure that we say to the interviewers whatever we have practiced, because you don't want to be in a situation where you panic, you get nervous, and you end up saying something that you've been practicing for so many days, but you're not able to tell that to the interviewers. But trust me, that's not going to happen if you keep rehearsing that in your mind, because that's only going to make you more nervous. What you really need to do is stop rehearsing and use your creativity. And that is the reason when I tell you to practice your answers, I always tell you to focus on keywords. Don't memorize answers. That's not going to help you, because when you're nervous in an interview, that memorized answer is not going to come to you. What's going to come to you is basically the keywords that you have practiced. And when you allow yourself to be more creative by not just rehearsing what you have practiced, those keywords will actually allow you to form a genuine answer, will allow you to be more creative with your answers, will allow you to stand out and be spontaneous. And again, that is a quality that interviewers look for when it comes to the cabin crew interviews. Number 6, breathe. Okay. I always tell this again to a lot of you. When you're going for the interview, just before the day of the interview or even on the day of the interview, calm yourselves down by doing some breathing practices or breathing techniques. Even in the interview, just remember to breathe. Just remember to relax a little bit. It's not just about sitting upright all the time and with that stiff position. Just remember to take a breather. Remember that this is a journey. You're here for an experience. It's it's really funny that all of us go with the mindset that we have to get selected in an interview. Have you guys actually thought about the point that the interviewers are there to select you? They're there for a reason. They're not just there to reject everyone. So remember, it's important to just relax, showcase your personality, remember who you are. So breathing is very, very important. Take a break, breathe, just relax yourself, and this will really help you with the whole nervous and when people tell me that they're not very confident. Number 7, remember to focus on your body language and your postures. Now, as much as I said that you need to relax in the 6th point, you also have to remember that at the end of the day, when it comes to cabin crew interviews, it's not just about what you say when it comes to your answers, because I always tell you that you don't have to give a perfect answer. It's all about your overall presentation. So you always have to remember, as I said, you're watched. So not just your smile, but your body language has to be prim and proper at all times. And why do I say that? Because when you start doing your job as a cabin crew, trust me, the passengers that come on board the flight, they don't just watch their entertainment throughout the flight. They actually watch you. They watch your body language. They watch how you're interacting with other passengers. So this is what the interviewers want to see as well. They want to see how you carry yourself overall. Are you able to keep your grooming up to the mark throughout the interview? Are you able to maintain a positive body language throughout the interview and not just the time when the interviewers are looking at you or talking to you? That goes a long way. Number 8, and I know that I'm probably contradicting when I'm saying this, because a lot of you have told me that you actually watch my YouTube videos just before you go for the interview, but I'm actually going to tell you to take a break from all social media. Okay, just take a break from all the social media for 2 reasons. Number 1, when you're doing a job as a cabin crew, you will not be able to touch your phone. So you have to get used to working without looking at your phone, because these days we're so hooked to social media that while making a presentation or while doing our job, every 2-3 minutes we go and check our social media, right? So you want to get out of that habit, because 1, that does not make a very good impression, and 2nd, again, by looking at what's happening overall, that's not going to help you in the interview. You want to take a break, just relax. So get off social media at least a few minutes before your interview. Number 9, don't just look happy, but be happy. And I always tell this to you again, that it's not just about what's right here. I know a lot of us want to maintain a positive attitude. A lot of us want to look happy. We want to keep that smile on our face, but that does not come automatically. When I tell you to smile from here and not from here, it does not come automatically. It comes from the very fact that you have a positive attitude overall. You are happy on the inside. So be happy for the fact that you've gotten an opportunity to be here at the interview. Not everybody gets that opportunity. So be happy on the inside. That's going to reflect on the outside. Have a positive attitude on the inside, and that's going to help you to reflect that attitude on the outside. Number 10, remember to believe in yourself. Again, it's all about believing that you're here for a reason, knowing that you're here for a reason, remembering that you've done so much of effort, you've done so much of practice, you've watched my YouTube videos, you've prepared yourself so well. At the end of the day, it's not just about what you've done, it's about what you do on the day of the interview. And that comes from the very fact that you believe in yourself. So I'm going to leave you with this thought, which is the last point that I wanted to share with all of you here. Remember that you can do it. Remember these points to have that successful interview, and wishing all of you all the best. And if you do like what I've shared, please remember to subscribe to the channel, do share this with your friends, do like the video, and of course do not forget to press the notification bell for more video updates. And all of you know that I do personal coaching, so do get in touch with me if you'd like to know more as to how I can help you on an individual or group basis. My email is mentioned below. Do write back to me, and till then, all of you out there, stay pretty, stay handsome, and I love you guys. Bye.